channel, Chilling Like a Villain. Today I'm going to be doing my Slaybat series wrap-up. Please ignore all of this crap that you can see behind me. My chair that I normally sit on, which is like over here, is broken completely, like the middle's fallen out of it, so we're at a different angle and you can see all the rubbish in my room. So yeah. Also, I know it's been a while, it's been like 2 weeks since I posted, not that people particularly care, but yeah, it's just got away from me a bit. But anyway, on to the books that I read for Slaybat Series Readathon. Slaybat Series Readathon, if you don't know, is a readathon that basically you just read books in series that you need to complete, which is good for me because I have so many and I feel bad starting new series when I have things to finish, so yeah. This was the second round. I did the first round and I like last year, and I read quite a few. This time I only read 2 books, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. The reason I only read 2 books is because I had to finish another book, which was nothing to do with the readathon, and then I was also not at my house for 2 of the days when it started, so I had to catch up. But I'm okay with what I read. Okay, so the first book I read is A Grave Matter by Annalee Huber. I read this on ebook. This is the third Keira Darby mystery book. Keira Darby, who is a talented artist but also good at discerning what has happened to dead bodies, because her husband was an anatomist who made her sketch his dissections, and every book she gets sort of dragged into these mysteries with inquiry agent named Sebastian Gage, who she has a little romance with, and they're really fun, they're really cute. I have said it so many times, I feel like I say this in every video, but I really love these kind of historical mysteries. Keira is a really lovely character because she's really strong, but she's also like got a lot of insecurities and all of that, so it's really nice to read from her point of view because I think she's a bit different from other characters, from other heroines. She's not like typically strong because she still is ostracized and still feels quite sad about that, and she's a bit quirky and a bit odd, so she's really fun to read about. The romance between her and Gage is really cute. Obviously, I'm not going into detail because this is the third book, but yeah, they're just really lovely. Sometimes I get really frustrated at him because you have the whole not communicating thing going on, so it's frustrating sometimes, but you do root for them in the end. So yeah, if you like really fun historical mysteries, you should read these. The second book I read was The Red Necklace by Sally Gardner. This is its sequel, The Silver Blade. The reason I read The Red Necklace, even though I read it once like 3 years ago or something, is because I've been waiting to read this ever since then. For years. I've had it on my shelf for years. I thought it was finally time to get to the second one. It is a duology, but I couldn't remember anything that happened in the first one, so I listened to the audiobook again. The Red Necklace is a middle grade to YA sort of magical realism book. It is set in the French Revolution, or just at the beginning of the French Revolution, and it follows Jan Margoza, who is a young gypsy boy who can read minds, and Sidonie de Ville Duval, who is a young aristocrat who is really poorly treated by her family, and they kind of meet and come together at the beginning of all this turbulence, and it's about them sort of trying to get out and him trying to save her and various things like that. I listened to the audiobook because I mention it in my top audiobook post because it's narrated by Tom Hiddleston and he's really good at doing all the voices. I think that it is an abridged audiobook, but I'm still counting it because I've read it before, so yeah. Originally I gave The Red Necklace 4 stars, but I couldn't remember anything from it apart from that I liked it, and reading it again I've like gone down to sort of 3.5. I don't know why that was. I think I just didn't love it as much the first time because it is so sort of like magical. When you're reading it the first time you kind of get swept up in that, but once you've read it, you know. Those were the 2 books I actually read in the Slaybat series readathon, but The reason I'm okay with it is because it spurred me on to carry on reading books in series. So obviously after the readathon finished, which was like 2 or 3 days ago, I picked up The Silver Blade. I'm about 100 pages in, and obviously this is a sequel to The Red Necklace. I'm quite liking it so far. It's quite easy to read. The writing's quite big, but it's just nice. It's very easy. It's quite magical, and I think that people would really actually like this series. If you like magical realism, I think people would like it, but I don't hear a lot about it. But it's got like romance and a lot of action, and you really root for the characters. So yeah, please read it. If you like middle grade to YA fantasy, I would read this. Then I also, obviously, after the readathon, picked up Queen of the Tearling Book 2, which is The Invasion of the Tearling. The reason I'm mentioning these is because they are part of series, so I'm just saying that I am getting on with some of the series that I need to read now. I'm really liking it so far. I'm like 200 pages in, give or take, or maybe like further to about almost 270 or 250 or something like that. But yeah, I'm really loving it. I loved the first one when I read it last month, and I read it really quickly, and I'm reading this one really quickly as well. Even though they're massive books, I can just read them really quickly. I am listening to the audiobook, so that helps. But they're just so fun. They're so quick. They're so easy. I'm not intimidated by the size of the book or the fantasy aspects of the book the way some people are, like getting to grips with the new world, because I find it really easy. I'm really loving certain parts of Invasion, like different point of view chapters. Certain ones are quite interesting, and then different sort of directions that it's going in terms of Kelsey and her like growing and her development. There was a few scenes where I was like, yes, because it's like you're in a fantasy world, but you can really relate to sort of certain situations that she's in. So I'm really loving that. So yeah, thank you Slaybat series for making me read more books in a series. Not too many in the readathon, but again, it's helped me read some more. So I think I'm gonna crush it really. Yeah. So I mean, I've read this month. I read something else that was in a series. Before all this, so I'm doing really well on the series front. Anyway, that got a bit rambly, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.